Hi guys, good day. Yes, so in today's video, we are going to learn how to attach the handle of this bag. Yeah, this very bag. So we are going to learn how to attach the handle. And this is the bag itself, and this is the handle. 2 by 50 handle, and we are going to learn how to attach it. So in attaching it, first off, you count 3 beads. Just as this is. So you count 3 beats from this side. So one, two, three. And on the fourth one, which is this very one, you place your handle on top like this. Then we don't use how do we call it, beats for this very one. But if you find this difficult and you think using beats will make your work simple, just use beats. Yeah. So you first off fix your fishing line in this very bead. Then you place it on the bag like this. On the fourth bead, one, two, three, four. So on the fourth bead, it goes to the top like that. Then the fishing line at this point goes in between these two beads. Then you pick it from the other side. That's inside the main bag, because it just went under it straight forward. And we are fixing the handle to cross this very line. I hope you can see it. Yeah, so that over here it will fall in between the third and the fourth bead. So one, two, three. So the third and the fourth bead, that is where it will fall. So we are coming from this side. Yeah, so after you fixed your line underneath it like that, that very bead, the fishing line in between the beads on the main bag, you pull it. Then the one on top goes through to the second bead. It goes through it like that. You leave one hole here, you leave a hole here, then you fix it through this very bead. So the first one, you pull the first one from underneath it, then it passes through the same, how do we call it, the same bead that the second one came from. This very one is very, very stressful, so if you don't take care, you will not get it. Yeah, that's why I was saying that if you are doing, or if you know any other way of fixing the handle this way, you can simply do that, because this particular one is very, very stressful. Then you go like that. So it's more like you sewing the top handle, the handle on top to the main bag. So the one that you picked from underneath it goes through this bead. Just like I'm doing. So you can just watch me as I do it. For this very bag, trust me, I know how to attach the handle, but don't really know how to teach for this very bag the handle. Yes, because it is quite stressful and a tedious thing to do. So I think you following it will rather help. So the one that was underneath it comes on top, then it equally goes through the next bit like that. Then the one that was already in it passes through that same line to the top. Then you stretch it so that it becomes firm. Then you repeat the same procedure over and over till you get to the top. All this while we are using that same straight line. So as I said, I'm not talking again because I said you repeat that same process through till the final one. Yeah. So this is me just repeating it. So just as I'm doing, so over here I'll just pause it and complete this part. So now we are over here. So after fixing it to this level, if you don't want any trouble, just like myself, you will lock the fishing line here. You will lock it and take another short fishing line to complete the other end. So over here I'm just locking it. You can lock and cut. So now when you are done locking this side, you take another short fishing line. 3 times the length of this side, then you can lock this part as well. So over here you can start from here. You are locking it in this line. Yeah, so that's where you start from. You start from this side. So your fishing line goes through this bead as well. Only one bead. Your fishing line goes through this bead. Then it goes through the bead that is facing directly on the main mat. Yeah, that is the side that was towards me. Then the other end, the other end goes through the next bead by it to the bottom. You pull it from inside. Then the one which used to be in it already also comes on top from the base. So from inside, it passes through that same bead that so it's just like you are sewing these two things together, but this time with your free hand and then the bead. Yeah, so the one on top now goes through the next bead. Only one bead. Then you make sure you sew it to the main bar. It goes down. Then the one which used to be down already comes on top through that same bead. So it's that simple. I hope you equally find this simple as well. And you continue like that till you get to this part. So it's that simple. You will be doing that till you get to this point. So in that case, let me quickly do that. So I'm finally here. When you get here to, you just lock it as I taught you. Then you are good to go. So let me quickly lock it as well. Okay, so now our bag is ready. This side is ready. And we are now to make the other part as well. Yes, so in doing that, this is how you fold it. So you fold it this way, you turn it this way. Yes, so that this handle equally comes to this side. I think most people face challenge with the folding. So you fold it this way. So let me demonstrate the folding again. As you are done with one side, maybe it's lying this way, you hold this part, then you tilt it this way, still on a flat surface like that. You tilt it this way, then you go like that. Because you haven't made the other end, it will try to turn, but you make sure you maintain it on a flat surface like that. Yes. But once you attach this side to, it will be steady. Yeah. So this is how you fold it, and just as we did for the locking of the other end, you do the same thing for this part as well. So as I said, you count 1, 2, 3. On the fourth one, then you can start locking your bead, this bead, through the other end with a fishing line. So let me quickly cut my fishing line. So this is my fishing line. As I said, you will insert it first through this bead here, the bead on the handle, this very bead. That is where you will insert it. Then the one facing me like this will go through the bead on the mat. So you make sure it's on your fourth bead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then over here, it goes through like that, then you pick it from the back. When you are starting, it's mostly confusing and stressful, but once you make the first one, I think everything will be steady. So this very fishing line goes through the next bead, then the one already in the bag comes on top through that same bead that you just passed your fishing line through. Something like this. Then you pull. As you pull, so once you pull and stretch it like I have done, things fall in place. Then you continue. The one on top now goes through the bead by it like that. The next bead, then the one already in the bag so this one now has to go through the main mat like that, then the one already in the bag also comes up through the bag. So just as we did for the first part, for the other side, yeah, you do the same thing for this side as well. If you don't take care, you'll be facing lots of challenges though, but once you're able to master it, it becomes very simple for you. Yeah, it's not easy though, but once you try and master it, you will be good to go. Then, so once you make your first, second, third joinings, everything becomes simple. It will now be steady. Yeah. So then you continue locking or attaching your handle to it, just as we did for the first one, till you get to this point and lock. It's that simple. So let me quickly do that as well. So now I'm done with this side and I have locked it. It's left with this side as well. It's left with this side for me to lock, for me to complete this side and lock it as well. So just as I did for this part and the other side, you do the same thing for this side as well. Just as you start, you fix your fishing line inside this this bead. Then you repeat the same thing that I did before. So it's that simple. You repeat the same thing again. You lock it to the main bag as we have done before. So that is it. It's that simple. So you can keep practicing on your own till maybe you are okay with it or something. Yeah, it looks easy, but it's quite difficult. Not that difficult though, but if you are not focused and concentrated on it, you might not get the result that you want. So after everything, this is how your bag will look like. Very simple and beautiful. Then you can add your tassels if you want to. Yeah. All right, so see you in the next one. Have a good day.